clock. Just got it off in time as Foster breaks down the sideline, uses his blockers, still going for the touchdown.
That Arian Foster touchdown run against the Cincinnati Bengals in the 2011-2012 playoffs gave them a commanding 31-10 lead. They would go on to win that game. Even though TJ Yates was the quarterback in that game, they move on to the divisional round of the playoffs, play the Baltimore Ravens on the road, and despite a noble effort, they lost. But I remember after that season, the expectations were about as high as they've ever been for the Texans, much like after their win last year over the Browns before they ultimately lost to the Ravens. We were in the same kind of vibes. Unfortunately, this Texans season has been a rather frustrating one. But Saturday, they do start the playoffs at 3:30 NRG Stadium against the Los Angeles Chargers. And that guy that you heard running 42 yards for a touchdown, Arian Foster, is going to lead the Texans onto the field. Foster, who starred for the Texans from 2009 through 2015, writes HoustonTexans.com, will, quote, represent H-Town on-field pregame by leading the H's up tradition to get fans ready for kickoff. Hand up. I've been to hundreds of games at NRG Stadium. I have no idea what the H's up tradition is. I'm assuming this is where Cal McNair and Hannah McNair, they throw up the H's.
Yeah. They throw them up. And they tell everyone else to throw them up. And then there's probably cool music playing at the same time. See, like, they had me until the throw it. The H's up.
H's up. The H's up tradition.
Yeah, like running out, like having him run out with the flag to start, like, that's fine. Like just he leads the team onto the field.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
That's enough. We don't need
enough.
And especially, like, we don't need the Vikings, like, whatever, the big horn thing that they do.
I would like that. That would be cool.
No, I'm saying that is cool. I'm not saying you have to be that. I'm not saying you have to be what's the 12th man thing? Oh, where they raise the flag.
They raised the flag in Seattle.
Cool, but that's all right. That's all right. Not bad. Less cool than the horn.
Patriots, they sound a lighthouse, it's like a lighthouse something. I don't even know what it is.
Turn the lighthouse on.
Yeah, I like this. This requires less infrastructure than having to build a lighthouse to do this.
They built the lighthouse. Doesn't even look like one.
But this is like, we don't need this. We don't need
the H is up. Yes, we do. We need every little bit of wind in our sails for our beloved Houston Texans on Saturday against the heavy favorite Los Angeles Chargers. They're road favorites, okay? Yeah. They need everything they can get, and Arian Foster leading the H's up tradition, which I literally just found out about. Hell yeah. I'm starting to feel a little deep steel blue pill tingling my loins.
I think I'm just still too confused to feel the pill right now.
It doesn't matter.
I think
that's the point.
Too hung up on the throw your H's up.
I know, because like you're up a little high when you're watching the games, Paul. So like, in the box, it's not the best viewing seats in the world. So your binoculars might not be out yet, but I don't know what the H's up tradition is.
I need to know one other person who's done this, who's thrown the H's up.
They're starting a tradition, and the best way to start a tradition is pretend the tradition has already been there.
That is true.
Texans swarm, which they literally started doing in the Browns game last year. The Browns playoff victory, not the Christmas Eve game where they got smoked. And they've been slowly trying to get people to do it. Problem is, Texans fans generally sell their tickets to fan bases from out of town, show up late to the game. So they probably have never seen the H's up tradition either. So I'm very excited to see what the H's up tradition is. And the fact that Arian Foster is coming back, hell yeah. Let's get JJ Watt back.
Maybe it is a new tradition. What if it is and we're just not aware of it?
It's clearly either way, whether it's new or it's been there, we weren't aware of it. But Arian Foster is going to be back.
He's going to lead it.
This is huge, okay? We're trying to find a reason to be happy or excited about the Texans when they play Saturday. And, this is a reason to pay $400 for a nosebleed playoff ticket, I think. Is Arian Foster back?
I don't think they cost that much.
They're not that much?
No.
Prices are down?
49% on the secondary market. I got an
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I got an alert.
49% on the secondary market.
I got an alert from Game Time today. They tell you when ticket prices drop.
Mm-hmm.
And it said ticket prices have dropped 49% in the last 7 days. The
Whoa.
Texans Chargers game.
Damn, sucks to have bought the tickets early.
You can get it for $78.
Oh, that's a bargain.
That's a pretty good
That's a
deal
playoff game?
for a
That's pretty
playoff
good.
game. Like that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I mean, I'm not trying to do the Texans' job here. Bringing Arian Foster back, though, that should have you paying $78 right away.
$78 to watch Arian Foster throw up the H.
Yeah,
that's before kickoff. It's
right.
already your money's worth.
Because Arian Foster, at age 38, the Houston Texans offense in 2024, 2025, not much of a difference these days.
Dameon Pierce had a 92-yard touchdown.
Joe Mixon had a very good season too. He had 1,000 yards. I'm being facetious to a degree, but
he could be the third running back. Yes,
I like that they brought Arian Foster back into the fold. That was very difficult to do because Arian Foster was notoriously anti the McNairs, I believe, in the hullabaloo that came after the inmates running the prison comments that he had supposedly made during the meetings about Colin Kaepernick with the NFL executives, and the NFL Players Association. I think it was like at the very top rungs of the Players Association. That was a huge deal. They almost didn't play that game against the Seahawks, which also happened to take place the same day as Game 5 of the 2017 World Series. But Arian Foster, back in our lives. You might remember Arian Foster for what he did on the field. He was a very, very good running back. I thought what was best about him, his footwork. Go back and watch that highlight of that touchdown that he ran. Somehow he stays in bounds.
Yeah, he's nearly pushed out of bounds.
Where he should have gone out of bounds. And I have no idea how he was able to tiptoe the sideline and ultimately score. He was very good as a receiver. He was very good as a runner. Fluid, quick, cat-like. He was a hell of a player. But I enjoyed Arian Foster, the personality, the most. This is Arian Foster during the 2014 offseason where Bill O'Brien had taken over. And he pulls a Marshawn Lynch here. Here's Arian.
How do you feel? Were you 100% out there today, Arian?
Yeah, man, I'm just out here trying to be the best teammate I can be, and I'm going to work hard at doing that.
Physically, you're good to go?
Yeah, man, I'm just trying to be the best teammate I can be, man.
Arian, can you tell us exactly what kept you out? What's going on?
Yeah, man, I'm just trying to be the best teammate I can be, work hard at doing that.
But what was physically wrong?
Yeah, I'm just out here, man, just, working hard every single day, trying to be the best teammate I can be.
What did it mean to be able to get back out here and start working?
Yeah, being with your teammates and being the best teammate you can be is like, it's what you strive to do, so that's what I'm out here doing.
Your teammates talk about how they want to see you out there. They know what you mean in this ball club. What does all that stuff mean to you, Arian?
Yeah, man, when you're the best teammate you can be, man, just work hard at doing that every single day, That's what we're out here trying to do.
Your body's starting to break down?
Yeah, man, I'm just out here trying to be the best teammate I could be, and I'm work hard at doing that.
How's that coming, Aaron, with your progress of being a better teammate?
Yeah, just every single day, just trying to be a better teammate, man.
What do you think about these fans going crazy for you guys?
Yeah, man, I'm just, out here trying to be the best teammate I could be, and I'm going to continue doing that.
Arian, difference in how you felt today physically?
Yeah, man, I was out here trying to be the best teammate I could be, and day out, man, and I'm just going to continue working hard doing that.
What was the offseason like working at your brother's facility? Different than other previous seasons?
Yeah, just every single day, man. Just working hard, trying to be the best teammate I can be.
You got that down.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Y'all take care.
You're Mark Berman at the end. Mark Berman
so
was getting
annoyed.
pissed. Berman asked him that question about the fans, thinking he could guilt trip an answer out of Arian there. I respect Arian's commitment there. I remember I went on TV, CSN's Sports Talk Live, and I remember I was on, I think Brooke Bentley was on, and Kevin Eschenfelder was hosting. And on an episode where I called James Harden a douche, I also said, like, what Arian Foster did right there was one of the best things I've ever seen. And they were mad at me because I wasn't mad that he disrespected the media. I thought it was hilarious. The funny thing is, he was making fun of Bill O'Brien by doing that, because Bill O'Brien, this is what I understand, had basically told everybody on the Texans, especially when they're asked about injuries, like, just do not give them anything. Do not give the media anything. As Detective Dignam says in The Departed, feed the media bleep and keep them in the dock. That's what he told them to do.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. I love the one report. I think it was Brian T. Smith. I'm guessing off the voices. And I was like, so how's that going? Being the best team.
That was James Palmer.
Oh, was that James Palmer?
Formerly
okay.
NFL Network, now Underdog Fantasy.
But like, I thought I very much enjoyed that one. But yeah, I mean, like, the stake's so committed to the bit. See, I didn't know the backstory behind it. I actually thought my guess listening to it, so they didn't know the backstory. I thought someone told him he was being a bad teammate. Like maybe Bill O'Brien was like, "Hey,
Well,
Arian,
could have been a part of it.
like you're not being a good teammate. Go be the best teammate you can be." And then he goes, "Okay."
It certainly could have been part of it. I've had an exchange with Arian Foster like that before.
I can't wait to hear this.
So I think this is during the 2012 season, and Arian Foster wasn't getting the ball thrown to him as much as he had the previous season. And, young, bushy-eyebrow reporter Paul Gallant steps into NRG Stadium and asks him this question, which I don't think he liked.
Do you think it could be used more effectively in the passing game? Last 2 years, you had 600 plus receiving.
You trying to, you want some sound bites, huh?
Not really a sound. The last couple of years, it's been noticeable where you would have plays where you go for 60 plus yards.
I think if you ask any offensive NFL player, they're going to say, yeah, I could be used more effectively. But, I mean, what we do here is what we do here. So I've said it a lot of times, I'm a chess piece. I don't call the plays, I don't try to. I don't try to understand why we call certain plays. When we call a play and my number's called, I'm going to do the best I can for my team. I don't really get into the whole, I could be you. That's not my team. That don't matter.
That was his other go-to. Like, I'm a chess piece.
Yeah,
That's where he started saying I'm a chess piece. After I asked that question.
That's a fair question. I don't think it was. You're trying to get a little bit of a soundbite, but it's a totally right question about how he's being used. I mean, because I remember from a fantasy perspective, like how long is this guy gonna keep this up for? Like he was like a can't miss guy for me.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's really feel like when PPR and stuff like that. Like when I was playing fantasy football and wasn't covering the Texans or living in Houston. Like that's when Arian was such a high value player for someone like me. I know it's nerdy, but that's all I got on Arian Foster.
Cool.
He was awesome.
He was a great fantasy running back.
Yeah.
That's how I remember him when he's leading the tradition of throwing up the H's. I'll be like, that guy was an awesome fantasy.
I hope he says
PPR, man.
I hope he says at some point, if he does an interview with someone this weekend, which I'm sure he will, I'm just trying to be a good teammate or be the best teammate I can be.
Even in retirement, I'm trying to be the best teammate
drop,
I can
drop
be.
it in there once because he has to know we all love it.
He has, I think, softened his anti-media stance. I've noticed this in really the last 6 years. I remember we had him in studio once. This was after he had released his Bobby Fino rap album, which was actually, I mean, listen, I'm not a rap connoisseur by any means, but I thought it was pretty good.
He definitely, I think the podcast stuff obviously will help so much with that with
macrodosing,
his macrodosing podcast, which obviously goes all over the place because he's done where it was I think it was very clearly a bit that the NFL is rigged, but then people didn't get it.
Yeah, because PFT commenters is
they didn't get that he thought it was a bit too.
Basically, PFT commenter from the Part of My Take podcast on macrodosing interviewed Arian Foster and asked him if the NFL is rigged, and Arian Foster extremely sarcastically said, "Yeah, oh yeah, the whole thing is rigged." And some people took it and ran with it. Well, yeah, I'm saying that's a pump. There's a pump go back. They killed my parlay, stuff like that. So